So I was going through this guide from Minas Academy on investing, and right at the top they use this phrase that really stuck with me: strapping yourself to the mast.
Oh, like Odysseus.
Exactly, like Odysseus trying to survive the sirens. It's this idea that you know you're going to lose your mind when the market drops, so you have to prepare for your own insanity ahead of time.
It's such a great image.
Yeah.
It admits a really hard truth, right? That in the heat of the moment, your willpower is probably going to fail.
For sure.
And so today we're diving into their framework on, what they call it, wisdom and structure.
Yeah.
Which is really just a survival guide for when things get ugly. And the interesting part is they don't say the problem is market volatility. They say the problem is you.
The panic trap, that's what they call it. And look, we've all seen the charts. Selling at the bottom is, it's the classic mistake. But let me play devil's advocate for a second. Isn't just holding on, isn't that sometimes just denial? You know, you're looking at a portfolio that's down 40% and just pretending everything's fine.
It feels like denial. I get that. But in the context of a long-term cycle, it's really more like historical awareness. Minas makes this great point. They say panic selling is the only way to turn a temporary on-paper loss into a permanent real-world one.
Right.
So when you sell in a panic, you're not stopping the bleeding, you're actually, you're cementing the injury.
And if that panic is the injury, then the revenge trade is like the infection.
Yes. I'm so glad they highlighted that specific term.
It's such a real thing.
It's the emotional flip side, isn't it? Panic is all fear.
Yeah.
The revenge trade is all ego. You take a hit, and instead of just stepping back, you double down on some high-risk play to prove you were right all along.
To make it back fast.
Exactly. And Minas warns that this is actually way more dangerous than the first drop because your judgment is completely compromised at that point.
So, okay, if our brains are basically wired to either run away in terror or get angry and fight back, what's the actual solution here?
Well, this is where they bring in that idea of consistency over intensity.
Which, at first glance sounds like standard dollar cost averaging advice.
It does. But they have a slightly different spin on why it works. It's less about the math and more of a behavioral hack.
Okay.
They argue that the actual amount you invest is almost irrelevant. It's the habit that matters.
They were so explicit about that. They even said, $10 or $25 is enough. And I found that so refreshing. Because usually financial advice is all about, maximizing returns, maximizing your alpha.
Right.
This is just keep the rhythm going.
Exactly. Because if you focus on that rhythm, you remove the decision. You're not agonizing over when to dump in $5,000. But if, say, $25 just leaves your account every single Monday, you stop thinking of it as a big gamble. It just becomes another bill.
Yeah.
You detach the emotion from it.
And that detachment, I think that has to be the wisdom part of their whole wisdom and structure thing.
It has to be.
And honestly, this is where the source material went, in a direction I really wasn't expecting. Amid all the practical stuff, protect your passwords, don't click on scam links.
The digital hygiene stuff, yeah.
They introduce a 3-day Bible study challenge.
It's definitely a unique angle.
Yeah.
But if you look at their whole philosophy, it kind of fits.
Yeah.
They're trying to anchor these financial decisions in something more stable than just profit.
It completely changes the definition of success, doesn't it? If you start to view your portfolio through this lens of, stewardship or just plain wisdom, then a red arrow on the screen isn't a personal failure, it's just
a season.
Yeah.
It's just part of the cycle.
Right.
And it shifts the focus away from getting rich quick, which is what invites the revenge trade in the first place, to building something that lasts.
Yeah.
The urge to panic or chase hype,
Yeah.
it just kind of fades away because it doesn't align with that bigger goal.
It's a really interesting blend of technical discipline and this almost spiritual philosophy.
Right.
So the big takeaway from Minas Academy isn't just buy low, sell high. It's more like automate your habits so your emotions don't get a say, and anchor your entire strategy in something deeper than the daily stock ticker.
That's it. That's the only way you're going to stay strapped to that mast when the sirens start singing.
So I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. If we stopped looking at our portfolios as just a profit engine and started to see them as a test of our wisdom, where the real goal is just discipline no matter the outcome, how much would that change your blood pressure the next time you see a screen full of red? Thanks for diving